St. Anne's, and on the way back from St. Anne's, we stopped at the Laurentian Hotel. And talking to the doorman, he told me of St. Joseph's and the great work of Brother Andre. So we immediately took a limousine and came right up here. And the first thing I did, I went up to the little chapel, and I was in the little room that Brother Andre stayed in. While I was in there, something came over me. I was never a very religious person because I wasn't brought up as such, but I am a Catholic. While I was in the room there, I felt as if something was telling me that I had found a friend that could answer some of my many prayers. When I became sick, I used to pray to Brother Andre. I used to say, Brother Andre, please tell the doctors what to do. I never asked for an instantaneous miracle of any kind because I didn't think of such things. But I did say, please, tell them what to do. And I think he did. Brother Andres, I felt, because never at any time was I afraid that I was going to die. You want to take another picture of me?
Joe, why not?
Yes.
His doctor, Philip Rubin, now Assistant Director of the University of Rochester Cancer Center.
Great.
He had reached the point from which no patient really returns, that it was really downhill and probably the end for him. My main hope in treating him was to palliate him. I wasn't really thinking in terms of an actual long-term cure. And in fact, when we try to reproduce some of the things that we did with him and other patients, it clearly didn't work.
This summer, Dr. Rubin traveled with his old friend and patient to Montreal and the Oratory. He walked alone in the silence of the Great Hall, looking for a clue as to what happened in Joe Audino's hospital room. Why a substance called radioactive gold, injected to make death easier for Joe, suddenly cured him, an occurrence that had never happened before or since. I'm a Jew, he said, so I don't accept the Catholic theology. I'm a doctor, so I don't accept miracles. I'm a research scientist, and I believe there's a logical explanation for most things.
You could, in the Catholic sense, call it a miracle. We would call it perhaps some other factors that were operating in addition to the ones that we had utilized.
It had to be a miracle because all the circumstances pointed it to that. When I found out that I was going to expire within 30 days, and I asked my doctor, how long did I have to live? He says, I don't know. Well, what are we going to do about it? So they decided to come up with that radioactive gold, which wasn't of anything of value to anybody else, but it worked on me.